So let's have a look around the Grand Geode, a naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems, curiously amended. Oh, the Royal Navy, so it's not the Republic, it's London. And efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entrance to the Geode's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can make out the original inscription. Station 5. Adjunct. Ask to speak with someone in authority or compile a port report. Well, I'll compile a port report first. Does the Admiralty know? Or wants to know? Excuse me. The Marines are watching. Okay, that's all I'm getting. Okay, that's all I'm getting. I have a port report for the Grand Geode. And back in, let's speak to someone in authority. What is this place? Ooh. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior crystal cliff. It might be as well lit as any study in the Neath. He deflects questions about the purpose of the installation. Classified, need you know. Need to know, I tried to go for that and I just failed. Classified, you know. But smiling offers you tea, biscuits and mineralogical anecdotes. The biscuits are good, but the anecdotes rather blend on one into the other. You find yourself nodding and then jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. You feel well. Very well. A little euphoric, even. Come back soon, he says softly. You now have one memoir, a sunstroke, the light. It's pretty. That's all for now. You've lost 5 terror. You've gained a memory of a distant shore. The light is pretty. Oh, Menace's yearning burning. So that was mentioned in the Canarian Canal. Cenarian Canal, I don't know how it's pronounced. The canal that takes you up to the surface mentioned that you can't have too much Menace's yearning burning. Now, menaces are psychoses. Things like cannibalism are menaces. And then this delight, it's pretty. Oh, look at all these new things, apparently. Purchase an element of dawn from the Commodore. The Commodore welcomes you smiling to his immaculate office. Crystal glitter in the wall. Of course, he says, glad to help. But we'll need you to cover expenses for an element. The light home reduces so many, you know. 50 supplies? Of vital intelligence, 7 crew, and a memoir of sunstroke, which I have, which is what you get from talking to the Commodore. Or engage a Carnelian exile. A dark speckled woman marches up to you in some haste. Sir, take me with you. I'm no longer welcome here. And I'll show you where you need to go. A first officer, yeah, cool. Oh, she doesn't actually require any cost from me. Go. Here I am. A ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there. Because there becomes here. Good. Good. I'm glad we have someone who's a little bit crazy, apparently. Because who else would go to Z in the undersea? So first officer, the Carnarian exile. Soft-spoken and a little mystical. How much does she see? +6 mirrors and +3 pages is pretty good. Slot her into place. You always slot officers in on shore. If you slot them in out of shore, it causes problems. People don't like it. So we need a cook, a gunnery officer, and a chief engineer. In my experience, cooks and doctors are the hardest ones to get hold of. But I don't have anything else here, so perhaps not so. Let's sail away from here. Now, I'm in the Grand Geode. If I send the bat out, what do they suggest we do? The Dawn Machine. Sounds fun. Yep. So that's in the southwest corner. So this is a fixed thing. This is always going to be here. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? The Dawn Machine. I can only assume it's not, because nothing else in this world has been in any way pleasant. But, fed the crew. Good. Got 5 supplies still. Discovered the Dawn Machine. 50 fragments. Oh, it's moving. Of course it's moving. Why wouldn't it be moving? That looks just delightful. Seriously, what the hell is that? Ooh, music. Discovered the Barnesmore Gap. The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun! Distant bells. If I sail right up to it, what happens? I can't imagine this is going to end well for my ship. Oh, I'm just being punted along. Okay, so that's... That's apparently driving me mad, judging by the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. So what, the sun, is the dawn machine like an artificial sun? Clearly it's something unpleasant. Hang on, I'll pull the gazetteer up. I want you menaces. The light has touched you lightly. 1. Go away objectives. Okay. So then they've got the God of the Z here. Okay, so they all know me a little bit. They've got miscellaneous, blah blah blah. Alright, so, no, Chris. Okay. So I've got 6 days in the Republic, and the Dawn Machine I have seen, which is pretty interesting. But then it raises questions. What is it? Who put it there? Is it a new sun? Is it an old sun? Because people will mention the Dawn Machine in those the daily messages that come up. The Dawn Machine is mentioned sometimes. So now we have the southern shore, which we can just sail along for quite a while, frankly, because the southern shore just keeps on going. There are no islands within the Z-Bat's range. That's fine, because I don't want an island, I want a dock. There should be a dock here, or somewhere around here, because this looks like civilization, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, with all the other stuff we've had in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if this was just how rocks have naturally formed in this part of the Z, but let's hope not, because that would be weird. The Carnelian coast. Far to the south, the neath the roof glimmers above the mountain of light. What's the mountain of... This is the thing with having this top-down view. I can't see to the distance. So there could be all sorts of things off on the shore that I can't see at all. There could be anything. But then, I think that works in an exploration game. I think being fixed to this top-down view, you constantly want to know what's off the edge of the screen, so you constantly want to be exploring, you want to be pushing your boundary, going farther and farther, sailing out as far as you can to new places every single time. But here we are with Port Carnelian. Hopefully this is where I want to be going. Dock. London's first under-Z colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. No, this is not where I want to be. Well, that's thoroughly awkward. Oh god, I have a little bit of terror though, don't I? Right, so this gives me a port report and our affairs. And what's affairs? I'm guessing that has something to do with influence affairs in Port Carnelian, which requires 3 networks, which presumably I get by insinuating agents. So I can manipulate this area if I can get agents and bring them down here. Okay, right. Reel it back. Let's call in at Hartcross House, where the governor administers the distant fleck of Her Majesty's Empire. Go. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs and explains the work the governor does among the natives. Got to keep them happy, what? After all, they are tigers. Wait, what? They are tigers, literally? So I've got a port report. No, somewhere in its heart runs a river of shining stones. But it is a fungus jungle, so it's probably dangerous. I can't do that, can't do that. Let's visit here, because I got a bit of echo, and I have a bit more terror than I prefer. Home away from home. They import the doilies from London, but the tea is local, blue and smoky. The crumpets are warm, the tablecloth white. You could almost imagine you were back in Vale Garden, except for the tiger lounging on a divan. It laps tea from an azure bowl and complains about the recent nostalgic trend in poetry. So there's sentient talking tigers. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? So this is where I thought I had to go for that quest, if I'm honest. Because I want to bring it to close here. So I enjoy everything about this game. Ooh, sapphires. So you can buy caskets of sapphires. Or mountain sherd. Oh. Huh. So the Mountain of Light that we had heard mention is the god of sea, Stone, who No, that's not what I want. God of Z. Stone. It's very far away, perhaps it's watching you. Okay, so that's the literal mountain. And then that's the sea and that's the sky, of course. It's land, sea and sky. The triplicate that you always get in ancient religions is the gods of the Z. Okay, that's cool. But we also have hell in the Iron Republic. And then we have the Dawn Machine, which is just Aedict. There's a gate up north which leads to somewhere that I didn't get a chance to show you guys. This game has so much in it. Like, I've barely scratched the surface of this in this. I don't even know how long these videos add up to. This is just, I love this so much. I love the narrative focus. I love all the areas you can visit. I like that it's just, you go into this game expecting something very basic and you get something very basic, but you also get depth that you're not expecting if you're willing to invest in it. And I invested in this game when I play it. And I hope you guys give it a try as well. But we will have a new roguelike for you next time, which I hope you'll also enjoy. Until then, I'm off exploring the Z. See you guys.